What's up, guys? Nick Brengle here, and today we're talking about minimalism and productivity, specifically with your smartphone. So I'm assuming most of you watching this are actually probably watching it on an iPhone or a Google Pixel or a Galaxy or maybe an iPad or something like that. But most of you are watching it on a mobile device and probably your phone. And, the world we live in now, you got to have a phone pretty much for the most part to be productive in society, at least in my field. I need to have a phone. I need to have access for emails, and I need to be able to go onto YouTube and Instagram and things like this to communicate with people. Could I survive without it? Of course. Do I want to? Absolutely not. So I want to talk a little bit about how I set up my phone with the apps and how I access them, and just kind of the thought process that I've leaned into when it comes to using my phone for productivity, and not just kind of as a toy, but as definitely a tool. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. You have your own preferences. I just hope that this helps you maybe make a decision on when you're using your phone, why you're using your phone, and how to just have a better life and just a clearer mind, and just to be able to go throughout your day a little more smoothly and not so all over the place, at least for me. That's probably what it has been. So I would say maybe a few months ago, not even, I kind of reevaluated my iPhone with the apps and where everything was and what I was using. So I went through my phone. I deleted any apps that I wasn't using anymore, which there was a lot. I got rid of all the games off my phone and all kinds of other stuff that was useless. And I really whittled it down to 1 and 2 pages. Now I do have a third page that has folders and it has different apps in there that I sometimes use rarely, but I want them there. But I wanted to have 1 page and another page. So the most important, and then the next important stuff. So on the first page of my iPhone, when I unlock it, the first thing that I see is, I have my photos, I have YouTube, I have Instagram, Google Maps, my calendar, Minimalist, NHL, and music. So I'll quickly kind of run through these. Some of them you already know. I don't need to mention them at all. The NHL app is, I pay for NHL TV, yearly subscription, so I can watch all my Tampa Bay Lightning games because I'm a diehard fan. I love hockey. And when hockey season starts, that's always right front and center because I want to be able to access it as quickly as possible. To the left of that is an app called Minimalist. I've got this months back, and it's a really beautiful, very minimalist app that you can make lists on. So for me, I use it for work, I use it for grocery lists, I use it for ideas, things like that. It's an awesome app. If you have any questions or if you want a specific review or something just on that app, I would love to do that, but we're not going to do that today. So Minimalist is great for lists. There's a bunch of different apps out there for that. I just found this one because Minimalist, I was sucked right in, of course. I have Google Maps. I use that all the time, like many of you probably do. Not a Waze fan at all. I'm definitely pro Google Maps. Music, listen to music. And then at the bottom, obviously the internet, my email, text message, and phone. Now, something that I've taken off of the front page are things like podcasts. So now I swipe over and I have my podcast in my widget, so I can go right to my podcasts and I can just select which one I want to listen to. It'll have the newest one. For instance, I can hit, the Joe Rogan Experience. It'll just start playing. Netflix special Strange Times is available right. Kind of like that. So yes, I have that, and then I also have Dark Sky, which is a weather app that I pay for. It's amazing. It's like the best $4 or $5 you could possibly spend. I have that as a widget, so I can just swipe over, see the temperature. If I want to know more, I just tap it. It'll open the app. I don't need the icon on my homepage. And then I have screen time right there, which tells me how long I've been on my phone, and I can look at specifically what the hell I've been doing. And so that's it on my widget board, is those 3 things. And then we're going to swipe over to the second page, And on the second page, I have banking and some other things. So I have my PayPal, Wells Fargo. I have my YouTube Studio, which if you're a creator, you should have this app. It gives you really good, statistics and just real-time data that you can assess. And eBay, Amazon, and of course my clock for my alarms and whatnot. And then I also have a separate notes app. I know that's weird, but sometimes I like to put different notes in that app separate from my minimalist app, because that's more of a list of ideas. My notes, sometimes I write little ideas or little stories or poems, or just God only knows what comes into my head, but I put it in there. And then after that, you swipe one more over and you got a bunch of folders with stuff in it, and I probably look at that as little as possible. And so probably the only other app that I didn't talk about was Twitter, that is nowhere to be found. It's hidden. So for me to access Twitter, I have to swipe down, I type TW, Twitter comes up, I go into Twitter, I'm there. I did that because I was spending a lot of time on Twitter reading, and just I'd go in, I check it, I go in, I check it. So now I have to actually make an effort to go in and find Twitter. So yeah, I know it's kind of a lot of ranting and raving and rambling and all kinds of screwy conversation here with you, the audience. But yeah, for me, this has actually made my experience with my phone a lot better. Even the camera, for instance, I swipe up, pulls up, I forgot what they call this area. So my message is simple. Just evaluate the usage of your smartphone, your iPhone, your Pixel, whatever it is, and see where you're putting most of your time and energy when you are looking at your phone. And is it making you productive throughout the day, or are you just wasting time? And I really think this is geared towards creators and people who are creative, or artists that are going throughout their day looking for inspiration, or looking to create things on a regular basis. That our phones can definitely be a really awesome tool that will help us and inspire us, and it can also be the complete opposite of that, and it can definitely suck all the energy out of us, and you won't get anything done. So yeah, I guess for me, just put your phone down and find times throughout the day where your phone is away from you. You're not looking at it. You're not looking at Instagram. And try to create something, and try to do something different. Have a conversation with somebody. Go on a walk. I could go on all day. I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to end it right there. Thanks for watching. I hope this was like somewhat educationally stimulating. Probably not. But if you liked it, smash the like button. Comment down below. Let me know how bad this video was, and maybe you'll consider subscribing, just so you can just troll me down below. That would be fine. So yeah, as always, create something every day. Go now, create something, and I'll see you in the next video.